Dude?
What's going on?
What's up, bro? What's up? What's going on?
Chilling.
Thanks for coming by, bro. Thanks for coming by. And you would never, ever, ever believe it. I wasn't expecting you, man. I really wasn't, bro. I really wasn't.
I
I know
dropped it on you too sudden.
you did, bro. We talked about it a couple of days ago, a couple of weeks already, and uh, the text was supposed to come in yesterday,
Yeah.
and it never did. So I was like, you know what? It's all good. Like, don't worry about it. And I was at the gym when you text me. You're
For
like,
real.
hey, yeah, yeah. You're like, I'm gonna get a couple of errands, and I'm gonna be on my way. And I just put my setting on the treadmill. I was like, shit. Like, so I fucking jet, bro. I jet. And Marky Longoria was there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro. He was
Was he
there.
working out his shoulders?
Nah, I don't know. He's probably his
Traps.
glutes. His glutes.
Glutes.
His
Keeping it
glutes.
tight.
The SWAT diesel. But no, bro. And then I was hauling ass, bro. I was like, dude, I can't believe fucking you're gonna make it. It's gonna happen, you know. So
It's gonna happen.
no. So I just hauled ass this way and set up real quick, bro. And here you are. I'm glad you came, bro. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming by.
I'm glad to be here. It's
Yeah.
it's been a long time coming. What we talk about this like back in before Christmas? Something
Yeah,
like that?
bro.
Yeah.
It's been a long time, bro. It's been a long
Yeah.
time. But I mean, a lot of stuff happens, bro. You know, life, and then the weather's been really shitty. You know, so it's like,
What was up with yesterday? What was up with yesterday? The,
What do
the
you mean?
cold front comes in,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then the rain comes in, and then
Yes.
out of nowhere, like I'm talking about, like, dude. So we got family in like different parts of the valley, right? And
Okay.
obviously the valley's like it's diverse but not diverse. 9 out of 10, you catch rain in Raymondville, you're gonna catch rain all the way down. Vice versa. If it comes from McAllen out that way, it comes down. I'm talking about like my mom said it was sunny, not a cloud in the sky. I'm getting rained on from like 10:30 to like almost 2 in the afternoon.
From where to where?
From like just at my house, like if it, I
Yeah.
hate you, alfalfa. And like the clouds just came and just
Yeah, dude, it does that a lot here, bro. Same thing here, man. My same thing. I was talking to my dad, and my dad's out there and works out there like in the Monte Alto area,
the area out there.
and he was like, "It's raining over here. It's raining." So I looked outside. I'm like, "Not over here. It's just like little, like it's fresh. It felt good,
Yeah.
but it wasn't raining yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?" And it's that was just an ongoing thing. Marky too. I saw. I mean, not just Mark Longoria. I saw Mark Longoria yesterday, and he said he got fucking poured on over there in what was it? Port Mansfield. Port
Ooh,
Mansfield.
yeah, you see,
Port Mansfield. So I don't know, bro. It's just like a lot of shit. And then like for a long time, bro, we had all that wind, bro,
we had that win.
nonstop. I have a bike, bro. I like to ride. I haven't rode my bike. I could have done it today. I could have done it today, but I mean, like, no. I'd rather do this. You dropped the bomb on me. I gotta put it out. But I haven't, bro, because it's windy. I mean, people are like, "Hey, like, who cares? Go fuck." Nah, bro, it's different, bro. You can't.
uh,
You're not gonna be able to enjoy the ride. The wind's coming in like the 20-mile-an-hour winds. It sucks, bro. So
pushing you,
yes,
and then
dude.
you gotta weave, and then you catch like us driving big old buses,
Exactly,
doing
bro.
God knows 65 because you got to keep it in compliance,
That's right.
and then
Under
the wind whips your
69.
eye. Because dude, a guy passed us, and I didn't get to tell you, dude. He had a nice Indian chief, bro. Like the thing was beautiful. It was black with silver trim, and it reminded me kind of like so you know how the Indian has like that little logo on there.
Yeah.
It reminded me of the logo for like for the Raiders, because
Oh yeah.
black and silver, like it's
Mhm.
distinctive. It stands out. Everything that you would normally chrome, he blacked it out. Everything that was body was like silver, and like that was the only like flash, that little like that sparkle, that little glitter that it has on there. It was just all that on the actual paint itself. So the silver was, you know, the main theme of the color, and then everything else just blacked out. It went so well. But you see that Indian on the side, and you're like,
It's an Indian head, right?
the Indian head, like
It's beautiful,
nice.
bro. It's beautiful. I mean, like, there's a lot of things like with the, I mean, you used to ride, but you rode a crotch rockets, right?
A
But I
Jigster?
mean, Jigster. So like, Indians, Harleys. I talk to I mean, everybody here is pretty much Harley guys, and they say they have nothing against Indian. It's just not a Harley. So I'm
Mhm.
like, well, I mean, it's the same, pretty much the same power, bro, and it's a lot cheaper.
A lot cheaper.
It's a lot cheaper. So my next bike, bro, I got my little Hondita right there chilling in the garage. Don't get me started now,
Yeah, for
dog.
real.
But I think I'm gonna roll with Indian, bro. But
Yeah.
you say you saw that
It was
Indian on your way to
the
work, or you're
no,
driving the
we were
bus?
driving the bus, so it was like on the way back, we were coming from Donna. I think we dropped off like 7 or something, like a
Yeah,
small number. So it wasn't too bad. It was just like, hey, you know what? Just make it back. All right, good. Quick trip, coming back, and so this guy like whips up, right? It's cool, like we're trying to grab on like the far lane, but not be like all on the side of traffic that's coming up on the on ramps. So like we're just kind of keeping it in the middle, and homeboy just wicks around, and he's like,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
dude, once he hits it, oh, you just hear the launch, and then all of a sudden, some troquita, some troquita, just like
Cuts you off.
narrowly hits him, bro.
That's
Like
the
I'm talking
thing,
about,
bro.
like from the on ramp coming up, going all the way to the far lane, like
Yeah,
just in one little like move, no blinker, no nothing,
that sucks, bro. That
dude.
sucks, dude. Cause
The wind hit him, bro. You
oh,
saw
the
the wind
bike.
hits him, and he just
Yeah,
and man, he kept his bearing. I mean, I was rooting for the guy because I was like, dude, I don't want to smear you, man.
yeah,
I'm driving. The last thing I need is for you to be under my bus.
yeah.
It was scary. I felt for him.
Nah, bro, and that's the one thing too about the bikes, man. All the bikers out there, just be safe, bro. Be safe. There's been a lot of accidents, sadly, dude, and it sucks, man. And that's one thing too about me, bro. Like I'm more like if I'm not up for it, bro, I'm not gonna ride. But
Hmm.
I mean, I am getting invited a lot to go ride, and it's kind of like, I'll
You
throw
feel
the
bad, right?
I'll
Like
throw the grass in the air. It's too windy. You know what I mean? But like,
fingertips.
no, 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 no. But I mean, yeah, like stuff like that. But back on that, like where we work at and stuff like that. Me and you always go back and forth. And one reason why we wanted to get on this is because like all the stuff, because we're on front lines and we see everything that's going on, and we can get like political and stuff like that. And we always talk about it. But what do you think about that new? Well, I was just checking out last night and this morning
Hmm.
that new uh, bill, $95 billion
To Ukraine.
to Ukraine, $95 billion for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. 95 billion, bro. Not include. I
Not
mean, everything else we've already
yeah,
sent.
yeah.
You know.
Not to discredit that fact that we've already sent like how many billions?
Yeah.
We're going into the trillion mark at this point, considering what this bill is promoting, right? Or
Yes,
as far
bro.
as what it's sending out
Yeah, bro. And how and if you really break it down, I'm not going. I mean, me and you. The reason why they do this stuff is because it's like a book this big. I may be over exaggerating, but I'm just
there.
saying.
No, no, dude, you're talking about like millions of paragraphs of excerpts and code and all this stuff set up in an actual binding book. And it's funny to say like, hey, like it's this big. No, it's a stack, and that's just the introduction of what the bill is. Now you got to get into what the actual bill is, which is a
Yeah.
whole like 3 other sets of those same books, like piled up on the side, and be like, okay, this is the meat and potatoes of it. This is the intro, which is already at like over 1 million pages,
Mhm.
with like I said, just a bunch of like, okay, it's like code for like taxing and all that stuff. So it's like a lot of things that are regulated in there, and
Mhm.
then it's like, okay, and then that's what we actually base it off of, and it's like a whole another pile over there of just more crap you have to read.
It's insane, bro, and I guess that's what gets to people. Like, so I guess, but now it's more dissected more than ever because you get $95 billion to, I get it, right? Of course, to another country that may need help, but to a war that should never happen, right?
No,
In my opinion, I mean, I'm not, we're nowhere there, but we are Americans and we see that. And what I'm trying to say is that like we got a crisis on our border, bro. Here,
exactly.
a crisis, dude.
Like thousands upon thousands of people like
Thousands,
illegally
bro.
entering this country
But
on the
we're
daily.
on a daily,
On
bro.
the daily. It's not like this happened like, oh, like in a month we got like over 100,000. Dude, the one what caravan? That one caravan alone was over 25K a
Yeah,
day.
yeah, bro. And that's from California to Texas. That's
The
what
entire
it's
border.
the entire border, mostly in Texas, the Texas area. That's where we get hit, and it's like, bro, you're sending $95 billion to a country where I get it, right? Of course, I'm all for helping people, but help your people first.
Exactly.
You know, and what I'm trying to say is that me and you talk about this all the time, and it's like, bro, a lot of people out there, they don't take the time to tune into the news because, of course, Trump brought it all out, fake media, and I totally agree with that, bro. People could laugh at me, and people do laugh at me when I say that, but it's true, bro. It's all fixed, so they don't tell them exactly what's going on, to where people like us are on the front line and other people as well, and we talk about it, and it's like, dude, we need a lot of help. And there's one thing that I saw. It's actually on one of the man. We sometimes we have free time, so I check it out. And
Shorts, TikTok,
so yeah, and it was I don't like to
throw it out there. But
yeah, no, but it's on the news, bro. I read it and I saw it, and he said pretty much it's one of the main leaders for customs, investigate, border patrol, and all that. And he said all we
Homeland
need, we
Security.
don't Homeland Security, and it's not that guy.
Mayorkas.
No, not him.
That's besides the. Oh, I could go
No,
off
bro.
on that.
No, and it's
Oh,
not him. It's an
yeah.
actual agent that was assigned to the southern part of the border over
Mm-hmm.
here on our part.
Okay.
We don't need no money. Stop signing bills. Just let us do our job,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll stop it.
Yeah.
Well, not permanently, but we'll help put a pause to it if you let us do our job.
In other words, if you can put that to a grinding halt, and the phrase grinding halt is exactly what it means, is to where it just grinds down to where it eventually does stop. It's not going to be 100% stop, but at least you're going to reduce that impact of what's coming over on the daily. And it's not just, okay, hey, like, well, lately we haven't seen traffic on the, on the borders here in the RGV. Well, I mean, come to turn around, we're getting traffic from Arizona. We're getting traffic from the areas outside of El Paso. Like, all those people are out there, they're just rerouted. They're
Yeah.
just, rather than going through here down in the valley or here along the Texas coastline, or even just the Rio Grande, like just along that border alone, they're like, hey, no, like you're not gonna go through there. We're gonna bring you through these other states where it's easier to pass you.
Yeah, exactly. You're right, bro. You're right, 100%. And there's something that we can do to help as concerned citizens, and it's the people you put in office, bro.
It honestly
That
is.
that helps a lot, bro. And some people say, no, I'm not gonna vote because it's already planned, or it's
It's
already like
rigged
it's
or it's
rigged. And I get it, bro. Okay, but when it's the obvious, there's only so much they can do to help rig it. Like, you know what I mean? So when everybody comes together and, like, and just says, you know what, enough is enough. Because I know for a fact, bro, people, when this first started, like in 2019, 2020,
mm-hmm.
oh, like, let's help them. And
Yeah.
I'm all
No,
for
you know what? It
immigration.
was, the good thing about it was like, I mean, okay, think about like we worked detention. Like how
Yes.
many people did we see coming out of like El Salvador, Guatemala, like areas like that? And you got to talk to them and you're like, hey dude, like you're hurting in your country.
Yeah.
You're feeling that impact in your country. I mean, your families are getting threatened, your places of business are getting robbed on the daily. The police force, you can't trust them because they're tied in, so you
Yeah,
have
they're all
nothing
tied
to
in.
back yourself up on. And the only logical thing to do would be to leave and go somewhere where you can at least find freedom. I get that 100%.
And I'm with you too.
The only thing is, if you're gonna do that, do it the legal way. I mean, it sucks that it costs money. It costs money because it's the right way to do it.
I mean,
You're gonna fill out the form. You're gonna declare what you have to declare. You're gonna go through. You're gonna get access to either, like, hey, well, you know what, I'm coming in as an asylum case, but I'm coming here legally, so I'm going through a border checkpoint, bridge, whatever. You're coming in the right way.
yeah. Yep.
So it's like it shouldn't be an issue in accepting someone like that. The problem is there's too much money to be made in just crossing the border illegally. It's too much money to be, and we can go in, like, I mean, topics alone that will get you shut down are like the easiest ones that we see, and it sucks that we see them. You see
Yeah.
those little kids with the bracelets on there,
Yeah.
and then you go and you ask the agent who's in charge, hey man, like everything good? Like, oh no, they paid their coyote, they're doing this and that. That color is for this day and this amount that they paid. What about those little kids over there? Well, it depends on the color, pink or baby blue. Okay, well yeah. He's like, well, they're sold for trafficking. Boom.
Yeah.
Are you serious? And like, yeah, no, they're They're getting trafficked. Someone paid for them, and apparently that's what they're into, and that's how they send them over here. And then you get the other ones where the agent right away will go and take them into custody. You have no contact with them, and they're like, "Hey, well, what's up or what?" It's like, "Nah, we're gonna take them straight. Further investigation, blah blah, whatever, whatever." And 9 out of 10, drug mule. 9 out of 10,
9 out of 10 drug meal. They got something on them.
they got something on them.
Yeah, bro. And it's like that's what we're dealing with, bro. That's what we're dealing with. And our agents can only do so much.
Yep.
We only have a handful compared to the amount that's crossing.
Exactly.
And it's like, send them, like, don't even send the money, but like, not 95 billion, cut like all, it doesn't even have to hit the billion mark, but like, dude, help
Dude,
us first.
Take off a zero.
Yeah, take off a zero.
95 mil. If that's the case, 95, take off a zero. What does it really need? And the worst part about it is, okay, you want to pass this bill. You want to tell us this, that, and the other about it, how it benefits the people. Completely understand. I understand 100%. Tell me what it's going to be used for. Break it down. If I were to go and ask the bank right now, hey, I need 95K because I got to buy something. What are you going to buy?
Hey, ooh, come on.
We get grilled, and it's like, okay, first of all, do you have the income? What's your credit score? What are you planning on buying? How do you plan to pay us? How are you going to utilize those resources?
Exactly.
So why is it that if we get the third degree on our end from any lender, dude, you're trying to get a house, you're trying to get a car, like God forbid you have more than one vehicle registered under your name, because they even question you, well, who's going to drive that vehicle? If I want to go and get me a truck, and then I want to go and get me a Lambo, and then I'm going to go and get my wife her family car, but I also want her to have her Sunday driver. So that's going to be 4 cars for 2 people. What does it matter? If it's my money and I'm going to pay for it, what does it matter if I have 2 cars in the garage, a Lambo and, I don't know, Miata, something like,
Yeah, I
you know?
get you.
And then, oh, well, what's that about? Like, what are you going to be doing? Well, I'm going to have them to drive. Like, why the third degree?
Why don't they flip it around and tell them
Yeah.
why 95 billion?
Yeah, why 95 bill? What do we have to pay Taiwan for? What do we owe in Ukraine? Like, where is this money going that it's going to benefit those people? And turn it around again. How many homeless do we see in the streets?
Bro.
How many veterans who still don't have anything to their name? Like, they've lost their house. They can't get a job. They're under emotional duress. They've got so many issues going on, and they're pretty much homeless. And then they want to talk about, oh, well, you know what, like, veterans, it's not a big issue. 22 a day, bro. 22 a day is the number of veteran suicides. 22 a day. How sad is that? But we can afford to send money to Ukraine where we have no obligation. I mean, what, like, is it like one of those, like, your $1 a day can help feed a child 4 meals?
Yeah.
It's like, what is it? Like, what? Give me a breakdown.
Yeah, nothing.
No
Just straight up-
problems with doing it. Just give me a breakdown.
Just straight up, here you go. This is 95 bill. It's for the public. If you want to read it, go ahead. But yeah, they need more money. On top of all the billions we've already sent.
On top
And
of
it's
that.
like, bro, I saw of course the TikTok is amazing, bro. And I see a lot because of, of course, what you follow, it's on your for page, right?
Mhm, for you.
Your for you page. So all of my for you page is very like positive, political and stuff like that. Of course, it can be very disturbing and very if you look at the wrong stuff, right? But anyways, that's another story.
Yeah.
My thing is, I hear all of this, and the amount of money that we've sent already could have housed every single homeless person.
Yeah.
And including and it could have created jobs for every U.S. veteran times 3.
Times 3.
So that means, say every homeless U.S. veteran homeless times that by 3. There could have been
that number of jobs readily available
for them,
so that they could self-sustain.
Yes,
the fact that they're making money, getting paid,
because
and you know what? Here,
because
we got you a house.
We got you
now
a house.
You can make your bills.
Now you can make your bills, and here's a job that you could possibly retire from. It depends on what it is. If they were to open up, dude, think about it, man. Like again, we can go to another topics and stuff, but they've shut down a lot of, drilling here, in the U.S.
A lot.
And it's just like, dude, all those veterans homeless. Here you go. This specific site, they come first. You know, and I'm just saying this is just a word of thought. Like they could have done this,
Yeah.
but yet we're sending it to countries that we have no idea what's going on. We obviously do, bro. We obviously. I mean, read
It's a
between the
ploy.
lines. Read between
Yeah.
the lines. It's all. It's, it can be corruption. It could be whatever. Nothing beneficial to the U.S. people, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it gets furious, bro. Like you're just like, and I just want to bring awareness to everybody, bro. That doesn't really care. That kind of like right now I can consider blessed. I have 100 subscribers. I think I have 100 subscribers. Yeah.
Pretty good.
At least 20, 30 of them are gonna watch this and then be like, you know what? Damn, like I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And this is
Hmm.
something that you need to know, man. Like open your eyes, be aware, stop the whole nambe, I'm not gonna
We can't
vote.
make change.
That
Yeah.
change is never gonna change. Well, with that attitude, it will
It
never
will never
change.
change.
Ever, bro.
Being defeated, like just giving up from the get go. I mean, if that would have been regardless, just anything in general, it can apply to anything. Like you giving up from the start, would you even be where you're at? Would you have the job that you have? Would you have
Yeah.
like your house, your wife, your kids, all of that stuff? If you gave up from the very beginning before you even like you didn't even bother to push yourself, motivate yourself, and be like, hey, like I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna get this. You know, I'm gonna be that. If you gave up on that and just let it go, like how do you know you're not gonna end up like just like some of those homeless people? Like that's their situation because they're just like, you know what, like I'm in over my head in debt. There's nothing I can do at this point. I can't find a reliable job to sustain myself or my family. I'm done. And then boom, homeless,
Yeah.
squatting,
Hmm.
finding empty houses and living in them. And then just by chance, someone just had the bright idea to be like, hey, as a bylaw, you can let these people live there. And there you go. They
Oh
occupy a
my
space
God,
for
that's
30
another thing that
days.
just happened,
And then
right?
you come home and it's like, who are these people living in my house?
That
Regardless, vacation home, whatever it was, just the
But-
fact that it's random
and
people.
and that's legit, right, bro?
That's legit.
That's
That's
legit.
that's a
If
thing.
it's a but how do they go about it, bro? Do you know like to where
So
they
it's
can say it's an abandoned home? Go ahead. How do they know to at what extent do they understand?
so what I so what I've understood
I
and
could
this
probably
is
Google it,
Google Hello.
but go ahead.
Uh, it's what Cali has one, and I want to say it
Well,
was
that one
30 days
there's that.
habitating for more than 30 days, and you basically have squatters' rights.
If that's what it's called, squatters' rights.
Squatters' rights.
Let's see. Because that's what happened to that one illegal that came over, right?
Hmm.
And he got all over TikTok, and he was telling all.
Oh no, that account alone, that
Oh,
account
he ended.
alone
Yeah, go ahead.
has been, dude. When I found out about that, I was like, there is no way. And I remember we had a talk once, and I was telling you like, hey, like these people are coming over here, and they're being told specifically, you're gonna get an allowance. They're gonna give you a gift card with money on it every month. You're gonna have a phone that's prepaid. You're gonna have a clothing allowance. Your kids are gonna be taken care of. You're gonna have a house or apartment or some sort of living quarters, and all of this will be provided by the government to include medical, so like medical expenses. So like he's telling people, you come over, you do this, you say this, and then he even pointed out a specific political party.
The
all,
blue.
all you got to do is vote blue and you get all these things. Now you tell me, if you were to go, uh I don't know, where do they vote? Mexico, France, places like that, like where they actually do like vote for whoever's in charge. So you can go over there, Albert and Joshy Z, cross over, go in there, and hey, I'm gonna vote. Who are you? Well, I'm Albert. He's Josh. We're here from the U.S. We came to vote. Y'all have no business voting in our country. You're not even a citizen of this country. But why not? They do it in ours.
Yep.
So make it make sense. How does that work? If the whole purpose of what your country is, the backbone of what it is protecting it and its people, how are you going to let people from other countries just invade your Congress, your nation's leaders? Like, how are you going to let other people determine that? If that's the case, then our voting should be open wide, send it all across the globe, and have everybody vote.
That's pretty much, yeah. Because all they need to do is come over first. They need to come over and then they just get an ID,
Get an ID.
not a driver's license,
Yeah,
just an ID
just an ID.
with an address. This is where I am. This is what this is whatever.
Yeah.
And then they go and just present it. So I can,
Present it.
like you said, I can come from anywhere and just be like, my name's, whatever.
Yeah, Joe Blow Nobody. Here I am.
Yeah, Joe Blow Nobody. Here I am. This is
McLovin.
my ID. I'm living on this squatter's residence.
Mm-hmm.
It's my, because look, this is what it says right here. I don't know. Has this been going on forever? But I just never knew about it.
It's been
Like years, like 90s,
it's been something
80s,
that's been
70s,
suppressed, man.
or
It's
it
something
just-
that's been suppressed. It came out in Shrek, bro. When Shrek's there, he's like, "Give me back my swamp,"
Uh-huh.
and Farquaad's like, "Okay, well, do this for me, and I'll give you back your swamp." And he says, "And the squatters, completely gone."
Oh shit, that's right.
Squatters, bro, squatters. I never knew the term, and I was like, "What the hell is this?"
That's right.
And then it's like squatters, and now you see this. Are you serious? Like just random people living on your
Completely
land.
gone. Dude. The squatters, which are the people
and
that
the
all
squatters, completely gone.
see. It makes me feel stupid, bro, because it's like this is stuff that, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one, bro.
Oh, no.
There's probably a bunch of people that don't understand this, right over our head.
Yeah.
That's
In a kid's
perfect-
movie, bro.
In
In
a
a
kid's
kid's
movie,
movie,
bro.
And even then, the kid, it's not really like a kid movie, like because it has like a whole bunch of innuendo, but that's a whole nother topic. Like nothing to see here. You
Bro,
know,
that's insane, bro. It's like under Texas law, a squatter can make an adverse possession claim after the possessing a property continuously for at least 10 years.
see, Texas is strict. 10 years.
After the 10-year period has passed, the squatter is no longer considered a criminal trespasser. They can file an adverse possession claim.
So for Texas, you find a rancho
Yeah.
or like a house, abandoned, fix it up, whatever. You start living on it, blah blah blah. So successfully completing 10 years of inhabiting that location. 10 years. 10 years, bro. How long is 10 years? 10 years is a long time.
Fucking is a long time.
But it's what 365, like 3,650 days.
I mean,
10 years.
I'm
Like,
not no.
adding a zero to the
Yeah.
10 years, right? And then you're talking about like in comparison with 30 days inhabiting a place for 30 consecutive days. Oh, squatters' rights. Come on.
That's insane, bro.
That's crazy. And I feel, and this is ridiculous, bro, because
I need to really get into all this, and everybody does too, bro. Because
Yeah.
it's like
The more you know.
and it's our own fault because these people come across and they're educated on all this,
Yeah.
so they know. But we're never. I can't remember when I was taught. I mean, at least I only did high school about this. You know what I mean?
You're not taught this in school.
Right?
This is okay. So there's like a difference, and me and my wife talked about it. It was like there's book smart, and street smart.
Of course.
What you learn in the textbooks is what they tell you, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
so they could tell you, hey, whatever. The Treaty of 1492 was signed in 1811, and that's okay, fine. Then that was signed in 1811 because you're taught that, right? And then you go back and you hit the real world and like you actually do your own, like you learn on your own, and you're like, hey, 1492 was 1492. That was a specific year. How are they gonna go and sign it in 1811? And then you'd be like, oh, well, that's what I was taught. Well, you were taught wrong. Here we go.
Yeah. Here we go.
Here we go.
This
And
is
it's
what it is.
it's sad. What do you want to call it? Conspiracy, something. The what are they called? The Rockefellers, or the ones that instituted the public education system.
Yep.
So it's like if you bring aboard a program to help teach your kids, and you don't charge the parents directly, because you pay school tax.
Mhm.
So, I mean, your taxes are going somewhere, right? That money's going somewhere. Public education. So if you're providing that as a program, the curriculum is just based off of whatever the government says is okay. So if you're paying the government thousands upon thousands, boom, boom, throwing it out there, thousands upon thousands, you're basically feeding the machine. Well, you know what? Since you're feeding the machine, you're in charge. Go ahead and crank out whatever you want to say. And boom, there you go. What you get taught is what they tell you. Whether it's historically accurate or not, or whether it's misinformation, whatever it is, you're being taught it because, well, they're really paying for your education. So it's free to you. The money goes to the government. But since they're the ones providing the money, they provide the curriculum, they provide what's being taught, they let you know as far as X, Y, and Z, and that's that. You don't question it because it's free.
Hey, did you see how like now we're on that subject? How little by little, bro, they're getting away from teaching cursive.
Yes. Oh, dude, I was looking at that last night and I was like, me personally, I'm gonna teach my kids cursive.
Yeah,
If
bro.
it's like, but like, regardless, I mean, my kids, their ranges, like, they're one's already getting ready to end high school, the other one's like still in first grade.
Uh-huh.
So I got like
Yeah, you
I
got
got
a
a ways.
big gap, bro.
I got a big gap. So I got a
Yeah.
ways to go. But even then, it's I mean, the comparison was like awesome. Fahrenheit 451. If you haven't read that book, read it.
Fahrenheit 451.
Fahrenheit 451. They I want to say the remake to the movie was done on Amazon or something. Michael B. Jordan comes out.
Okay, okay, yeah.
So in that movie, and it's the same thing. Got to the point to where, you know, books were no longer necessary. They put everything in digital copy, digital format, and from there you got access to like an entire library's worth, right? So there was no need to have books. So because of the way like it's set in the future, so the majority of like building materials and everything, it's all like fireproof. So the firefighters, they no longer had a job that was usable, right? So what they would do is they would go, they would find books and burn them. So they would go into places, break into houses or whatever, buildings, offices, whatever, you know, and they would find the books, put them out in the street, and light them on fire. Because the government regulated as far as who would access the documentation for each and every book. Because of that, no one really knew like how to read cursive. Everything was printed, and even then, it was to the point where like the book would read itself to you, right?
Okay.
So it's like books on tape, just throw on a podcast and
Like
just
that
listen to
audio.
like, yeah, like an audio file and be like, okay, yeah, go ahead, read the book to me. Let me relax. Let me not strain my eyes.
Yeah.
Because it's all about comfort.
Yeah.
So you get into that, and then lo and behold, the the regulation of all that information on there is a government agency, and that book will not be approved unless it's verified to be factual per the government. So, and when they talked about the amendments on there too, and it was crazy how it's like freedom of speech as long as the government approves what that speech is.
So what's the whole deal? Freedom of speech. If it has to be approved.
Exactly. It's complete control. But the fact that they made it so easily accessible, so just the fact that it was a convenience, if information right at your fingertips. What does that sound?
Yeah.
I mean, we could go down that rabbit hole too, but that would just be like an extensive Google alone. Like the fact that they had to create companies like DuckDuckGo because you can't do like a legit Google search and like have a non-biased opinion on what you find.
So
If
DuckDuckGo comes in.
DuckDuckGo, there's another one.
And DuckDuckGo is like another Google, but straight out.
But yeah, but straight out like
Just plain
not
non-biased. Just for
exactly.
This is what it is.
Non-regulated. It's just you're gonna find what you're gonna find. And it's funny, like if you put Google to the test, like what do I do if my husband's yelling at me? And it'll give you like help is available, and it gives you like a spouse abuse hotline. Husband Google searches, what do I do if my wife is yelling at me?
Yeah.
And it'll give you like, be nice to her, buy her gifts.
Yeah.
Send
Happy
her flowers.
wife, happy life.
Yeah, it'll give you that like outlook, and it's like, okay, where's the spousal abuse? Just like flip the cards. Where's the spousal abuse hotline? It's a ways down before you actually get to it. The search is there, but you have to scroll through all these suggestions like, hey, do better. You as a man do better until you finally get to spousal abuse.
Why can't it just be right there? Boom.
Yeah, like I mean, for the woman right away, hey, my husband's yelling at me. Help is available. 1-800 blah blah blah. Spousal abuse hotline. Like, not even like there's no suggestions until like you scroll further down because it repeats that number twice.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I mean, like you said, I need to get on that DuckDuckGo though. I
Yeah.
really do
I'm looking
because
at that one because I was like,
there's
that's
some
interesting.
there's some I can't find. Sometimes Google it's just getting worse and worse, which is good. It can be good,
Mhm.
right? Because I mean, like it's for the kids, for the children, but it's like I think we're coming to a point of time uh in life where we're feeling it, bro. Where everything is getting like
Silenced.
silenced and like just in power. This is the way it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, but I wanted like no, I could have sworn, and then there's
Yeah.
conspiracy saying, oh no, that was the Mandela effect.
Oh
So,
yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But like no, it
Oh.
wasn't. Like I'm telling you, this is
Yeah,
the way it
no.
was.
This is exactly how it was. Fruit of the Loom. Fruit of the Loom. Bro, the little fruits, they had a cornucopia. And they tried
you're
to
talking about the
scrub
Mandela
that.
effect.
They tried to, and the funny thing about it is, like, I remember Fruit of the Loom because, I mean, number one, there was a Fruit of the Loom factory outside of Rainville.
We had one here in Harlingen. I remember a long
And
time
there's,
ago.
yeah, there was one here in Orange. So
I was a
they
little
were like
kid.
a sister company.
Okay.
So they had like one was like the sorting and whatever, and then it was like transportation where they would send out, and then it would just distribution center. So it was sorting and distribution. And I remember, like, I mean, I was little. It closed down like not long, not long after I was born. But I do remember because like my family had like pictures of be like, oh look, like we knew a lot of people that used to work at Fruit of the Loom, and the flag was out there, bro, and the flag had the cornucopia with all the fruit stuffed in it.
And it's not there no more.
And it's now it's like you try to do a Google search and
It's
it's
just
like,
like
oh
fruit.
no, like it never existed. And I was like, no, it's not that it never existed. They just chose to change the logo
Yeah.
because the cornucopia was like a symbol of friendship. And they're like, hey, well, no, like just to bring it into modern times because the cornucopia now, like when do you really see it? Just Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So to like not give to not give the aspect of, oh hey, we believe in Thanksgiving because we believe in giving thanks to God. They took off the cornucopia just to have the fruit.
Yeah.
And then worst thing, fruit is associated with what?
Vegetables. No, I know what you're talking about, bro, but I don't want
Yeah.
to talk about it
Yeah, exactly.
because this platform is very sensitive.
Oh yeah. And that's
So-
why it's like it's a very touchy subject, but it's like, okay, you can omit one, but not the other.
Yeah, bro.
It's a give and take. And unfortunately, we're at that point in just in the times in general where no one can afford to get offended.
Man, bro. I can really, really, really talk about it. And it's just like
And then just be like, oh,
dude, yes, bro. And it's like, you know what? Like
not
nobody
zero
can get
down from the
offended,
subscribers
bro.
list. Be like,
Yeah.
oh.
I know. I don't even care about that, bro. I would love to talk my mind, bro, and I don't really care. I have nothing against anybody like that.
Yeah.
At all, bro. One of my best buddies, bro, just came out. He's gay.
Mm-hmm.
I went to his wedding. It was badass.
Mm-hmm.
That's my boy. You know what I mean? What I don't like is when they shove it down our throats.
For real.
And it's not even the real like gay people that are doing it. It's the government. It's like other stuff, bro, other people. Because, dude, like I said, like it's just when it comes to the kids and the children and they're promoting it on TV and it's like they're even making Disney
Exactly.
movies. It's like
it's in kid films.
It's in kid films.
It's like it's just in every single thing that you're doing now. It's like, okay, well, what audience are you trying to reach?
Exactly.
What does it matter if it's like if I'm providing a service or a product or whatever it is, Ghost Energy. Like, do I need a rainbow can? No. I mean, it's a colorful can as it is.
Yeah.
But like, do I need to specifically have, my product? And I mean, nothing with Ghost, shameless plug, but like nothing to do with anything of the matter. I'm not owner of the company or nothing, but I really enjoy the drink. So does it have to be targeted to a specific group or accommodating to a specific group? If I just drink this because it has caffeine, zero sugar, and I use it for focus and energy. Like that's all I use it for. I want to use it for a pre-workout. I want to use it because I didn't sleep enough, whatever it is, that's the purpose of the product itself. Not to represent a community or a group or to cause division between anyone.
Yeah.
I drink it because I want to drink it. The product has nothing to do with the fact of how I use it. So what should it matter?
Yeah.
The whole point is, if you're gonna sell it, you sell it. If it sells, it sells. If not, work on your marketing. Completely understandable. But don't like target and make it specific to like, hey, no, well, you got to be all inclusive. Inclusivity is one of those things that like actually hurts more than it helps, because some products are not made for everyone.
Mhm.
You cannot go and say, hey, well, you know what, Josh, in your line of work, I'm gonna recommend sequins and satin because it's a comfortable feeling material and you'll look good in it. With the amount of lifting, bending, stooping, just checking on the bus itself, satin and sequins, you think that's gonna last?
No.
Do you think that you'd be able to carry all your gear properly and not have it like just unravel
No.
because of the way the texture of the material is and like the way
Yeah,
it's
we gotta
designed?
we gotta carry a lot of. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's a
So
lot of
it's like
shit.
you can't include everyone as a demographic for your product because it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Farmers don't need to know about like the latest tech gear unless it's something pertaining to their actual job.
Yeah.
Just like I don't need to know about like a bracelet that looks like a roll of masking tape that's being sold for like thousands.
Mhm.
I don't need to know about it because number one, like I wouldn't use it.
Yeah.
You know,
But when they're constantly just like,
throwing it at you and throwing it at you and throwing it at you and oh, you got to accept it. You got to be this. You got to be that.
to the fact to where it's gotten to the point to some products to where they'll even the product that we're used to and we like, they'll move it off the shelves and they'll still. So like you're like in a bind, you're like fuck. So then I guess I'm gonna go with that one. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's
the
like
shit I don't like.
I can't like not buy it, but not for that reason.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like if you're being shamed into buying it, and then you're like, hey, like, well, why didn't you get it?
Right. Yeah.
And then you're like
with
you're
the bad
cut
person.
like you're caught like in a hard place. You're like, well, I mean, normally I get this, but
yeah. So now you're like, yeah, you're right. Why didn't I get it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's just. I think they're testing the water.
that's what it is.
It's just testing the waters to for complete control, man. And will it be in our lifetime? Who knows? Our children? Who knows?
One can only see.
One can only see. And it's just like it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. And guys, this is the stuff that we talk about like every other daily, like every other day, daily on group chats, and we're just sending each other like messages. And this is something I was like, dude, we need to get on, just do a quick little session, lay it down, and let people know, man. Like,
Chop it up like that.
and we did go a lot of places today, and it's just like, damn, and we need to go. I think we're gonna get some positive feedback, and I think we really need to do another one. I'm not trying
You
to
probably-
set it off or nothing, but
Yeah, no. If anything, it might have to be a series because we can just go like we can go into just any and everything, spitball, spiral, and then come back and still be like, oh, so like centrally, Fahrenheit 451.
Yeah.
I'd recommend reading the book and then watching the movie, and then you're gonna grasp at the concept of what it is. And then another key point in that, which is crazy, completely crazy, is when we were, because in school, when I went to school, we were asked to analyze stories. That one was one of the books that we analyzed, and the main characters, guy's last name was Faber, and one of the guys who was like, I guess on the fence, but eventually went from antagonist to protagonist. His name was Castell. Well, Faber's a brand of pencils, and Castell was paper. So it had
kind of like
the whole writing aspect of it is like nobody wrote anymore in those times, like in the future. Like, okay, like even now, who really puts pen to paper? You just type everything.
type everything now.
Like it's like texting, messaging, everything like that. It's all based off of what you do with your fingers, but not exactly pen to paper or pencil to paper.
Yeah.
So eliminating the need of a pen and a paper and how detrimental it is to the human, I guess, the human psyche itself, like just as far as it's like, hey, like we've done away with having to do that because it's so much easier for you to just do this, or it's so much easier for you to just talk and then have AI just say what you said. voice
Oh.
prompting, all this stuff where it's like,
AI
you know,
too, man.
you reach for a button to push it because you're gonna turn on your radio, and I was like, "Hey Alexa, play
She's right
this
there.
song."
Don't say it 'cause
Don't
she's
say her
right
name.
there. She's right there.
Who's Siri?
Yeah, bro, for real. She's gonna come on.
Yeah.
No, man, it's just and I know how you went through curse, like you went through a whole. You see, that's another idea of that. But my whole thing of cursive was that's our document, or that's the most important
Oh yeah,
document in
that's the
cursive.
foundation of what our country was made on. The preamble, the
In
our
cursive
our
writing. So if they can't
our
read cursive, they're gonna be like,
Constitution, Declaration of Independence,
yeah.
the Magna Carta. All these documents were written in cursive, like cursive. And what do? Not teach somebody how to read a certain language or a certain way, and then you have complete control because they can't understand what's written on there. Well, let me tell you what it says on there.
Yeah, let
It
me
says
tell you.
that you have the freedom to say whatever you want to say as long as I say it's okay for you to say it.
Exactly. And it doesn't offend anybody.
That. Or you have the freedom. Oh, how did they change it? Oh yeah. So 2-8.
What do
They
you mean?
changed the Second Amendment and in that storyline as far as Fahrenheit 451, where it's like it wasn't the right to bear arms, it was the right for the government to bear arms.
For real?
Yeah, in that storyline, that's what it goes around to.
Oh shit.
So no one actually carries firearms or weapons of any sort. It's the government is allowed to, because they were told that that's how it was written by the forefathers, our founding forefathers. So you took away the fact that no one can read, like no one can read cursive now, and you're telling people, oh, like I remember we used to have like this thing, and it said like all the rules for like the United States when they found it. Oh yeah, the United States Constitution. Yeah. What happened to that? Oh, it's right here. Look, and it's a printer-friendly version if you want to print it out. But look, it's right there.
But it's taken up, and it's like
Excerpts and
match
like
fucking,
yeah, it's like nothing of what it should have been. So you're not seeing an original document. You're just seeing a copy of a copy that was pre-checked and edited, and then made to look nice and then easy to read. And then you're gonna go off and just use like a voice prompt to read it to you. So you're not even gonna get the full story as
Like
it is.
AI or Alexa or something.
Exactly.
Like, dude,
Yeah.
this is insane, man. Like, the U.S. Constitution, Bill of Rights.
It's so crazy because my daughter right now, she's doing a
She has her history star test today.
Oh, start testing.
Yeah, bro. So I was
Don't get me
like,
started.
you better get on that, girl, because yeah, man, this is crazy.
Giving an exam on how your student should be, or how where their academic level should be based on random prompts.
Did you know that if they don't pass it, bro, I'm like if they don't pass the test, they can still go to the next grade.
Did you know that it's not mandatory to take the STAR test?
It's not.
It's not. That's a whole nother topic.
You see, guys, this is what we talk about, and it's like
This is
yeah, it's right
and
there,
this
the
is
Bill
like
of
when
Rights.
we start going through and we're like randomly just like spitting things, and this is what we go through in a day.
So Article the second. No, this is.
Well, that's in the Bill of Rights.
Right.
The Constitution would show. I don't know. You might already be seeing the edited version, considering.
Says the amendment to a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
There you go.
So a well-regulated militia.
And a militia is a non-government entity.
we have a lot here in Texas, right?
Fucking love Texas, dude.
Texas.
But yeah, man, and this is something that we all need. We all need. Dude, you didn't even open it.
I know, right?
This whole time.
That's refreshing.
Yeah, this whole time.
This whole time, and this is.
I can't drink energy drinks, bro. Like
We've had that talk too.
Yeah, me myself, I just can't, bro. I'll lose my lid, bro. I'll go crazy. Maybe it's just me, man. Like maybe it's just like I do it to myself. Because I could drink coffee, bro. I'll drink like 3 cups, easy,
Yeah.
quick. Let's do it. But with that, I'll start like tweaking on. Like I'll start getting like and I'm just like,
What's
forget
coffee
it.
like? At best, coffee is like what, 40 mils of caffeine
Uh,
at best.
yeah,
I'm just
depends.
spitballing.
As a matter of fact, depends on which coffee too. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? That takes a lot. Cause
Death Wish.
man, I stay away from that. Stay away from that.
Yeah.
And even that one you gave me, that Black
The
Rifle
Black
Company,
Rifle. It was a JB.
you gave me JB and PR or RR or FF PF or
Freedom Fuel FF.
yeah, you gave me that one and
Yeah.
that one, which
Ooh,
were
that's
good.
another one I felt bad.
Which is good. Yeah.
Finding out.
But we'll talk about that another time. But
We'll
for
save
sure.
that one for later.
But nah, man, that's crazy. But no, bro, look. I'm glad you came. There was a quick little sesh. We have a lot to talk about. I'm sure people will be like, "Oh, bring Albert back." It's Albert, and thanks, bro. Thanks,
Pleasure
man.
to be here, man.
We'll go get some lunch right now. We'll go over our strategy for the next time and
Tragedies and
strategies.
how we're gonna go and plan to take over the world.
Yeah, bro. We need to come together. We gotta do something.
Yeah.
But thanks again, bro. I appreciate it.
What one, Rashi?
All right, guys. I'll talk to y'all later, man. Later.
Peace out. Dog, I think